In the year 2125, Earth faced its darkest hour. An alien race known as the Thraxi invaded, leaving destruction in their wake. Amidst the chaos, a small human colony on Mars prepared for the worst. John, a young engineer, was one of the many who sought refuge on Mars. He had lost his family during the invasion and found solace in his work, repairing damaged systems and helping others. His best friend, an alien named Ixal, was a member of the Urian race, a peaceful species that had allied with humans long ago. Ixal and John had met during a mission to explore a distant planet. They had bonded over their shared love for music and stories of their respective worlds. Now, with the threat of the Thraxi looming, they found strength in each other. One day, while John was working on a communication device, he received a faint signal from Earth. It was a distress call from a group of survivors trapped in a bunker. The message was filled with fear and desperation. John knew he had to do something. "Sal, we have to go back to Earth," John said, his voice trembling. Sal's large, empathetic eyes met his. "It's dangerous, John. The Thraxi are everywhere." "I know, but we can't just leave them to die. We have to try," John insisted. Sal nodded. "All right, let's go." They prepared a small ship for the journey, equipping it with stealth technology to avoid detection. As they left Mars, John felt a mix of fear and determination. He couldn't abandon the people who still clung to hope. The journey to Earth was perilous. They dodged Thraxi patrols and navigated through debris fields. At one point, they were almost detected by a Thraxi scout ship, but Ixal's quick thinking and expert piloting skills saved them. Finally, they reached the planet's atmosphere and located the bunker. Landing nearby, they made their way through the ruined city, avoiding Thraxi scouts. When they reached the bunker, they found a group of survivors, including children, the elderly, and a few injured soldiers. Their eyes filled with tears of relief when they saw John and Zackle. "We're here to help," John said, his voice cracking with emotion. The survivors quickly gathered their belongings and followed John and Zhao back to the ship. As they lifted off, John looked down at the devastated landscape of Earth. He vowed to return and rebuild once the Thraxi were defeated. Back on Mars, the survivors were given medical care and shelter. John continued to work tirelessly, repairing the damaged systems and planning for future missions to rescue more people from Earth. One night, as he sat by the window of his small quarters, John felt a wave of exhaustion wash over him. He had been running on adrenaline and hope for so long. Tears streamed down his face as he thought about his lost family and the countless lives destroyed by the Thraxi. Sal entered the room and sat beside him, gently placing a hand on his shoulder. "It's okay to cry, John. You've been so strong." I miss them so much," John whispered. "I know," Ixal said softly. "But remember, you're not alone. We're in this together." John leaned into Ixal, finding comfort in his friend's presence. They sat in silence, the weight of their grief and hope shared between them. Months passed, and the colony on Mars grew stronger. John and Zhao continued their missions to Earth, rescuing more survivors and bringing them to safety. Each time they faced new dangers, but their determination never wavered. The community on Mars became a beacon of hope for humanity. People from different backgrounds and cultures worked together, sharing their skills and knowledge. John organized workshops to teach engineering and repair skills, while Zhao introduced the survivors to Urian music and art, helping to lift their spirits. One day, as they prepared for another mission, John received a message from a group of human and Urian scientists. They had developed a weapon capable of defeating the Thraxi. It was a risky plan, but it was their only hope. John and Zhao joined the scientists, leading a coalition of humans and Urians in a final assault on the Thraxi. The battle was fierce, but their combined forces managed to breach the Thraxi defenses and deploy the weapon. The Thraxi ships disintegrated, and the invasion came to an end. As the skies cleared, John stood on the surface of Earth, looking at the blue sky he had missed for so long. Tears of joy streamed down his face as he thought about the lives they had saved and the future they had secured. Sal stood beside him, his eyes reflecting the same emotions. "We did it, John. We brought hope back to the stars." John nodded, feeling a sense of peace he hadn't felt in years. "Yes, we did. and we'll keep fighting for everyone we lost and everyone who still needs us." Together, they began the long process of rebuilding, knowing that as long as they had each other, there was always hope. Rebuilding Earth was no small task. The Thraxi had left the planet in ruins, with entire cities reduced to rubble. But with the combined efforts of humans and Urians, progress was made. John led teams to restore essential infrastructure, while Zal coordinated efforts to plant new crops and revive the environment. The survivors who had been rescued from the bunker formed the core of a new community on Earth. They worked tirelessly, motivated by the hope and determination that John and Zal had inspired. As they rebuilt their homes and lives, they also forged strong bonds of friendship and solidarity. Years passed, and the scars of the Thraxi invasion slowly began to heal. Children who had once known only fear and destruction grew up in a world of hope and possibility. John and Zal continued to lead, their bond of friendship stronger than ever. One day, as John walked through a field of newly planted crops, he felt a sense of pride and fulfillment. He had dedicated his life to helping others and rebuilding what had been lost. And now, he could see the fruits of his labor in the smiles of the children playing nearby and the laughter of families reunited. Zal approached, carrying a small, delicate flower he had found growing amidst the ruins. "Look, John, even in the darkest times, life finds a way." John took the flower and held it gently. "Yes, Zal, life always finds a way." John and Zal's story became a legend among the survivors. They were remembered not just for their bravery and leadership, but for their unwavering hope and compassion. Their friendship served as a symbol of the enduring bond between humans and Urians, a reminder that together, they could overcome any challenge. As the years went by, John and Zal continued to work side by side, facing new challenges and opportunities. They explored new planets, made new discoveries, and helped to ensure that the mistakes of the past would never be repeated. And through it all, they never lost sight of the hope that had carried them through their darkest hours. It was a hope that shone like a beacon, guiding them and future generations towards a brighter, more peaceful future. Decades later, as John and Zal sat together under the stars, they reflected on their journey. They had come so far from the days of the Thraxi invasion, and their bond had only grown stronger. "Do you ever wonder what the future holds?" John asked, gazing up at the night sky. "Every day," Zal replied. "But whatever it brings, I know we can face it together." John smiled, feeling a deep sense of contentment. "Yes, we can, and we'll continue to spread hope and kindness no matter where our paths lead." As they sat in silence, the stars above them seemed to shine a little brighter, a testament to the enduring power of hope and friendship. And in that moment, John and Zal knew that their legacy would live on, inspiring others to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow.